want to give you guys a heads up where stuff is at on this little MGL display. The upper left is GPS ground speed, the lower left is true airspeed, and the lower right, the EGT and CHTs continuously cycle. I love this little display. I haven't added the AHARS yet. That's a $700 or $800 adder. It just has engine monitoring and all my flight information all in one little display. Very handy.
Eugene Tower, 442 Bravo Kilos at 34 left for a north departure, negative transponder.
442 Bravo Kilo, Eugene Tower, roger, and I was showing Medford, you're going north, you said?
North to Lebanon.
442 Bravo Kilo, roger, runway 34 left, wind 030 at 8, clear for takeoff, proceed on course to Lebanon.
Clear for takeoff, 34 left, proceed course Lebanon, 442 Bravo Kilo. Okay, like I said, we'll take our manifold pressure up to 39, and we'll probably do an 80, 90 mile an hour cruise, probably go up to 2,500 RPM. Alright, we're hammering up good. Back out the power just a little bit. We don't need to do 43 on the manifold. 86 miles an hour, so 600 feet a minute. We're at 73 degrees outside. Density altitude is 2,000. There, my one EGT is getting warm. We'll back out a little bit more. We can only hold this power setting for 2 minutes, according to the manual, at 40 manifold pressure. And then we'll just climb right here to 2,500 and just watch our temperatures. 90 miles an hour, about 1,000 feet a minute. Just got one warm EGT. CHTs are just now hitting 400 on the hot one. 85 miles an hour. Still climbing a good 800 feet a minute there. 82 miles an hour. Looking good, 420. We'll pull the power out a little bit. Let it cool off a little. Maybe get it up to about 100 miles an hour. Going for 2,500.
Eugene Tower, Sky 49 Romeo down on the right base, runway 34 left. Sky 49 Romeo, Eugene Tower, runway 34 left, clear to land with 36010. 34 left, clear to land, Sky 49 Romeo. 442 Bravo Kilo, departing class Delta. You could frequency change approved. Have a good flight.
Frequency change approved. Thank you. 2 Bravo Kilo. All right. 35 on the manifold pressure. Still getting 500 feet a minute at 100 miles an hour. And 35 is what their recommended max cruise is. Let's see. We're going for 2,500. Temperature's looking good. CHT's coming down. The hot one went from 420 to 400 now. RPM's coming up. Airspeed's coming up. 140 indicated. 124 ground speed. Let's see, 146 true airspeed. Nice. All right, let's point our nose toward Lebanon. Yeah. Point it right at Peterson's Butte there, or just about Peterson's Butte. I'll lean out to 1400 on the hottest EGT. There, number 3 is warming up, 1380. A little bit warm. We have to richen it up a little bit to get that, get him to cool back down a little. This is a good hard run. And let's see, he's all richen it back up. We're probably sucking down 7-something gallons an hour right now. Still losing some altitude here. Good. That's the thing about this little Onex. It'll just bob up and down in the sky. It doesn't hold the position so well. You gotta always be flying it. All right. Let's see. We'll save some of this video. Hopefully we got it. All right. Now time for some Onex stuff. Wow. Get over the interstate out here. And let's see, here comes the interstate, and there we go. Now we're over the interstate. And so this is our medium, our typical cruise speed. This is about, let's see, the high-speed cruise was 37.5 gallons an hour. And so this one, 3,200 RPM, 32 manifold pressure is about 6 gallons an hour. I'll have to check it out and make sure it's about where it's at. 6 gallons an hour. And then if I bump it way back to 3,000 RPM, we're at 5 gallons an hour. All right, let's put it full rich and bump it back up to 35 on my manifold pressure. Okay, 35.1 on the manifold, 3360 on the RPM, 154 indicated, 160 true airspeed. So let's see, what do we gain? We went from 145 to 155, so we got 10 miles an hour from 32 to 35, and went from 6 gallons an hour to 7.5 gallons an hour, about somewhere in there. So, gotta love the turbo, man. Get up and go. And my temperatures, there's the hot ones, EGT 360, so that was a hot one. And then so I'm full rich right now. My hot EGT is 370, 380. So I ended up cutting extra holes in my cowling beneath my turbo to let that EGT sensor cool down.
So once I got the engine put back together, and I could run my turbo full power, not worry about the pre-ignition from the lead, I discovered EGT number 3 would heat up too hot. So I could only run 32 inches of manifold pressure, and that would put EGT 3 at 1400 degrees, which was the max. And so I couldn't run my manifold pressure at 35 inches for maximum cruise. So I was only running at 32. And of course that forces me to save gas. But that's not what I want to do. I want to burn gas. And so now I had to figure out how to cool it down a little bit. Well, a few months back, our EAA club got a presentation from the engineers at Vans as they discussed the work they did on their RV14. And one of the tests they did on the RV14 was to cut louvers in the cowling. And they said this improved cooling, and it did not impact aerodynamic performance, cruise speed. So, since my thought was my EGT number 3 is sitting right next to my turbo, so the ambient cowl temperature right there is higher, raising that sensor up. So I thought, okay, I'm going to cut some louvers right underneath the turbo and one louver on the other side and see if that works. And sure enough, man, that just worked awesome. I got to, I didn't notice any hit in my cruise performance, and now I have full manifold pressure at cruise, and temperatures stay nice and cool. So that cutting louvers thing was just a super answer.
Okay. So yeah, 35.3 on manifold. We're zooming right along here. Just sucking a bunch of gas. So from 32 manifold to 35 manifold, 10 miles an hour, basically 140 to 1. Now we're doing better now, 150, 160 almost. And I'll back it back down. We'll land at Lebanon here. Lebanon traffic, Bravo Kilo, 5 miles west, planning entry on the 45 for left downwind 34 Lebanon. Okay, mixture rich, take off. Looking for 39 on the manifold pressure, 37, 38, 39, there we go. Climbing at 93. 92, 90, 900 feet a minute, 42 on my back the manifold pressure off a little bit, 91, 1,000 feet a minute, 3,100 RPM, 1,200 feet a minute.
11 traffic, 2 Bravo Kilo, left crosswind departing south Lebanon.
100 miles an hour. Still 40. How's the temperature? 300, 320, full rich. EGTs look good. 40 on the manifold pressure still. We're getting a little EGT is warm out. We'll pull my power back out a little bit, let it cool off some. Alright, we'll head back to Eugene. We'll do our 32 manifold pressure for my cruise. And we'll cruise back at 2,000.
So I'll cruise back to Eugene at 32 inches of manifold pressure, which will give me about almost 3,200 RPM and result in about 142 miles per hour. This is a neat little metric because I know what RPM to expect at a particular manifold pressure, and so as the engine wears out, I can watch my RPM decline for that same manifold pressure. That's a good wear indicator. And this is a great $4,000 adder. Gives you 20 to 30 miles an hour cruise speed and a ton more takeoff power. Man, you can really open that sucker up for takeoff if you need to. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from it.